Then Joseph commanded the manager of his house,
Fill each man's pack with food, as much as he can carry, and put each man's money inside the opening of his pack. And put my cup, the silver one, inside the opening of the pack of the youngest, along with his money.
The manager did what Joseph asked him to do, and at daybreak, the men were sent off with their donkeys. But before they were far away from the city, Joseph said to his manager,
Go after the men, and when you overtake them, say, Why have you repaid good with evil? Is this not the cup my Lord drinks from and uses for divination? What you have done is evil.
And when the manager overtook them, he said these words as Joseph had instructed, and they replied,
Why does my Lord speak this way? Far be it from your servants to have done such a thing. The money we found inside our packs we brought back to you from the land of Canaan. How then should we steal silver or gold from your Lord's house? Whoever is found with the cup, let him be put to death, and let the rest of us be your Lord's slaves.
Then the manager answered,
Let it be as you have stated. Whoever is found with the cup will be my slave, but the rest of you will be blameless.
Then each of the men quickly put his pack down on the ground, and each one opened his pack. The manager searched each pack, starting with the oldest and ending with the youngest. And the silver cup was found in the pack belonging to Benjamin. The brothers tore their clothes in grief, and each loaded up his donkey and returned to the city. When Judah and his brothers arrived at Joseph's house, Joseph was still there, and they fell down before him on the ground. And Joseph said to them,
How could you do such a thing? Do you not know that a man such as myself can learn truth through divination?
And Judah answered,
What shall we say to my Lord? What shall we speak? There is no way we could clear ourselves. God has revealed your servant's guilt. So here we are, my Lord's slaves, both we and the one in whose possession the cup was found.
God forbid that I should act in such a way. The man in whose possession the cup was found will be my slave. But as for you, go in peace to your father.
Then Judah approached Joseph and said,
Please, my Lord, let your servant speak to you in private. And do not be angry with your servant, for you are like Pharaoh himself. My Lord asked his servants, Do you have a father or a brother? We answered, My Lord, we have a father who is an old man, and a young brother, a little one whose brother is dead. Of his mother's children he alone is left, and his father loves him. And you said to your servants, Bring him down to me, that I may set my eyes upon him. And we answered, My Lord, the boy cannot leave his father. If he were to leave his father would die. You said to your servants, You will not see my face again unless your brother is with you. So we went back to your servant, my father, and told him what my Lord had said. And when our father said to go again and buy us some food, we answered that we could not go down. We could only go if our youngest brother was with us, because we could not see the man's face unless our youngest brother was with us. Then your servant, our father, said to us, You know my wife bore me 2 sons. One left me, and I said, Surely he has been torn to pieces, and I have not seen him since. Now if you also take this one away from me, and something happens to him, you will bring my gray hair down to the grave in grief.
And Judah continued to plead with Joseph.
So now if I return to your servant, my father, and the boy is not with us, seeing that his heart is bound up in the boy's heart, he will die, and your servants will bring our father to the grave in grief. For your servant himself guaranteed the boy's safety. I said, If I fail to bring him back to you, then I will bear the blame before my father forever. Therefore I beg you, let your servant stay as a slave to my Lord instead of the boy. Let the boy go back with his brothers, for how can I go up to my father if the boy is not with me? I could not bear to see the evil that would find my father.
Joseph could no longer control his feelings before his attendants, and he cried out,
Get everyone away from me.
And when no one stood before him except his brothers, he revealed who he was to his brothers. He wept aloud, and the Egyptians heard. Pharaoh's household also heard. And Joseph said to his brothers,
I am Joseph. Is it true that my father is still alive?
But his brothers could not answer him, for they were terrified at his presence. And Joseph said to his brothers,
Please, come closer.
and when they came closer, he said,
I am Joseph, your brother, whom you sold into Egypt. But do not be sad that you sold me into slavery here, because it was God who sent me ahead of you to preserve life.
So Joseph said to his brothers, Come near to me, please. And they came near, and he said, I am your brother Joseph, whom you sold into Egypt. And now do not be distressed or angry with yourselves because you sold me here, for God sent me before you to preserve life. Genesis chapter 45, verses 4 and 5.